Hey guys, Jay-Sensei here again. This is going to be with Goku with the power of Mahoraga's adaptation. Before we begin, if you guys have anything you guys would like to know about it, like just any question about the video, comment them down below. Tell me what you like, tell me what you dislike. But I will say, as a heads up, I have a fan going in the background, I have a stutter, and I talk very fast. So if the speed of my voice, or just of my talking bothers you, reduce the playback speed. Also, like, comment, and let's begin. This one, after Goku's head injury, instead of forgetting and saying in origins or, like, just becoming stupid, all that really happens is that his personality is subdued. He's less aggressive. But to compare it is that he shows the mind of a Saiyan, such as Bardock's vitality, things like that, and a bit of bloodlust. But outwardly, his personality is more basically a lot like Gine. Like on the inside, he's very tactical and less merciful, but still he's a very nice person. And he also would awaken his adaptation, as that's what saved him, is he awakened adaptation upon impact. So this also means he doesn't remember Gine and Bardock, but he's been going by Son Goku at this point, so Kakarot's kind of a foreign name to him. The only memory of his parents is them saying goodbye. So Gohan would train Goku with martial arts, like style, all that, ki even. As canonically, he did learn ki with Gohan. He just never really learned how to use it properly. I guess he did, but like Toriyama's not a bad writer, but also he would forget parts of his own story, which I don't blame him for. His story is long as hell. So Toriyama's not a bad writer, but there are definitely parts that he is not fully remembering or did not plot ahead for certain points, which not bad, honestly. He still made a great story despite those facts. So, Goku in this one, by the time that, he meets Bulma, he can already use Ki on a pretty decent level. I was wondering how, but also, like, how do you figure out Gohan? His great ape still called Gohan, but before that, when Goku was 7, he basically adapted to the Turtle Hermit style on a mastered level. I was wondering what he did to adapt to it. His body kind of began reacting autonomously to it, not autonomously, but helping him react to it. Where he developed his own martial arts style meant to counter Turtle Hermit. You guys may say, oh, could that be the Crane School techniques? No, but there are definitely similar techniques involved, I would say. His new martial art basically shares Turtle Hermit and Crane School aspects of martial arts. And Gohan does admit that Goku's skills definitely rivaling his. Also, he can use Ki to flare up an aura, all that. So yeah, he can also just do basic Ki blasts, but his power level at this point is about 130. But it's still kind of something to say. The Ki blasts are definitely aren't as strong as like Roshi's, where he can blow up a moon, but he can definitely cause serious damage to one. He's like barely scraping moon level at this point. Roshi's a bit stronger than him when he's buffed up, but in base form, Goku does beat Roshi. And in fact, he doesn't beat Roshi. Later on with Bulma, he beat Roshi. Roshi didn't buff up, so he wasn't really fully taking Goku seriously, but he admits that if he went all out, he could have beaten Goku, but he still would have struggled to do so. So Goku gets the Dragon Ball in the Nimbus. Bulma drives, he flies alongside her in the Nimbus, and then eventually they get to Outer Village. Outer Village is basically the same until they meet Oolong. When Oolong tries to intimidate them in the giant mech thing, Goku had actually just sneezed, as well as car kicked a lot of dust into his nose. When he sneezed, it was basically a pure chaos, and it sent Oolong flying. And Oolong refusing to fight someone who sneezed to send them flying like 10 miles away. Returned, gave Goku the Dragon Ball, and refused to ever fight him again. He learned his place. So, now we move on. So, alongside of humans, it's the dragon team. And then we move on to Yamcha tries to ambush them. So, even when Goku's hungry, I phrase this. He still would get one shot. Like, Yamcha's power at this point is at maximum 13. Goku's, when he's hungry, is 90. Probably not 90, probably like 100. So even if Yamcha were to hit Goku, he's off guard, he'd be sent sliding back, not sent flying. He'd still be relatively close to Yamcha. At least a fight that Goku would proceed to win without really much effort. He assaults that man horribly, and it is not close. With this, Yamcha decides to actually want to join Goku because he's curious what martial art that is. And Goku calls his martial art the Sun style. There's not really any particular martial art style that it has aspects of Turtle Hermit and Crane School, but also its own techniques as well because it's meant to counter Turtle Hermit style. But we keep moving until we get to them when they meet. When they get to Fire Mountain. When they reach Fire Mountain, they're all just one cohesive group. Goku, Yamcha, Bulma, Oolong, the Puar, the Runs. So, Goku would end up sneezing again, but this time Bulma had caused it by basically tickling his nose. We show a fire, and they talk about, the Bancho fan. She asks, how strong is the Bancho fan? He's like, it could clear away the entire acre with wind alone. Bulma was like, oh, cool, Oolong. So Oolong would immediately turn into a feather, Bulma being tickling Goku's nose with it, and he would just sneeze. And his sneeze is when he's a bit more powerful, going from I would say a maximum 140 to about 170 now. And he does train with Yamcha daily. Yamcha doesn't mind. So Goku's sneeze had basically cleared out the entirety of the flames, and it also will shake in the entire country. To the point where now the castles kind of just won't ever ignite again. He kind of destabilized the entire area around it with the sneeze alone. Also, as a thank you, Bulma is given a better outfit by Ox King. So, yeah. Pause real quick. Oh, sorry. Next up is Pilaf's Castle and Dragon Balls. They still get captured because Goku, yes, he's smarter, but that's more of tactical intelligence other than academically. Academically, Goku is not too bad, but still he's a pretty naive person. So, in Pilaf's Castle, when we see Goku and all the trapped in a room, Goku quite literally just looks at the wall, and he would just poke it, asking if it's made out of brick. Yamcha would punch it, seeing it crack, and just say, yeah. Goku have to do a combine. Not a combine, but it's like something needs to punch against the wall, and the entire thing is just blown apart. Pilaf is panicking, so Goku just starts firing key blasts at the building, trying to find which room which room Pilaf and his gang are in. Excuse me. So, when we have Bulma get the Dragon Balls eventually, she just starts to make the wish, and the Pilaf gang just start flying around with jets. Goku literally just yells, extend it to the power pole. It means twirling it in the air, and Pilaf gang has to avoid that. And Shenron also does that a little bit, so Goku doesn't hit him. But it does eventually lead to Bulma making her wish for strawberries in a garden at Capsule Corp. As Shenron did warn her, saying, if you ask that, I'm just going to fill the Star Desert up with strawberries. You're like, or in a garden at Capsule Corp, they'll grow strawberries endlessly without me needing to care for them. And I was like, do you want the usual time it grows? I'm like, no. Double the growth rate. Kind of shrug, saying, alright, got it. And the garden is made, and yeah. Alright, so with this, Pilaf gang is defeated, and Bulma has her wish of infinite strawberries. Alright, next up. So Bulma and Yamcha are dating, and eventually she does end up going back to West City for school. Yamcha is her age, so has never gone to school, and honestly has no interest in it. But it's interesting continuing to train with Goku. Goku's going to go to Roshi, so with this, Goku and Yamcha both hit a Roshi. Oolong does as well, and Puar does as well. While they're there, Goku does train with Roshi and Yamcha for about, I'd say their journey did end a little early, because there's something, a lot of things probably do end quickly, because, well, it's Goku, Goku can use Ki, and he can use Powerful pretty well. He's a master of martial arts, he kind of wasn't, now Goku's even better. Plus, he's smarter, so I can see his journey probably ending a month or two prematurely. But they're there for a month and a half before Krillin arrives. At this point, Goku completely mastered the tournament style, getting a power level of 245, already almost rivaling the Demon King. Yamcha's power level 140. Actually, no, that's later. I'm messing up the script. Goku's at 200. Yamcha's at 50. And then once Roshi would get there, once Krillin would get there, they'll start training together. Eventually, Krillin becomes Roshi's sole pupil. Goku graduated early on because he mastered the tournament style completely. And then eventually, Yamcha's Goku's student, as Goku's teaching him the counter martial art, which Roshi actually did learn from Goku. He learned it pretty quickly. So Yamcha's learning the counter martial art, tournament style, and a little bit of crane school that Goku knows. Roshi confirmed it was crane school techniques, but Goku seems to be not as malicious as Shen, so he's really mind him using it. But now we go into the tournament, where I didn't mess up this time. Goku, 245. Yamcha, 140. Krillin, 100. Roshi is base 15, but then when he's buffed up, is 280. So 215 to 280 is when Roshi buffs up. So Roshi is at this point has surpassed Demon Piccolo at full power. Alright, tournament. Krillin versus Bacterian. Krillin starts like acting like he's affected by the smell, which is honestly the fact that it's kind of like a you kind of see other people affected by it, and then it affects him because he thinks he should be. But as soon as Krillin starts like, "Oh, you stink," Goku's like, "It's because it's Goku's like this. Hell, you don't have a nose." We're like, "Oh yeah, I don't." And that happened in like the first 10 seconds of the fight. Once Krillin like, "Oh yeah, I don't have a nose." He literally just pushed Bacteria out of bounds because he's physically that strong to do something like Bacterian. If Bacterian may be big, Krillin is strong to literally lift and throw cars into orbit. So is Goku, so is Roshi, so is Yamcha. So, it's the Bacterian literally just gets shoved out of bounds, and that was it. Jackie Chan versus Yamcha. Yamcha has the edge in literally every physical aspect, aside from like skill and battle intelligence, which Roshi does take advantage of. Roshi's strength is actually kind of close with Yamcha's superior speed and durability until Roshi will buff up, where he does have superior durability and strength, but reduced speed. And if though he did beat Yamcha, but Roshi does have like a bruise or two on his face from Yamcha hitting him. Goku versus Girin. Pretty sure Girin has a thing called merry-go-round gum, which I think that's it. Yeah, he does. So he tried to Goku in the merry-go-round gum, but Goku would immediately have an adaptation to that. In addition, if Goku would be trapped in it, he'd basically have a way to slither out of it somehow. No one knows how, but he is. So he slips out of it immediately, and once he's free, he would wrap his tail around Girin's leg and literally fling him out of bounds. Yes, he does have his tail still. He never turned into a great ape, because when he's fighting Pilaf Gang back in the desert, the moon was literally behind him the entire time. He did not see it. He wasn't even aware it was a full moon out. He's not aware of the great ape at this point either, still. So with this, he pretty quickly would escape from Girin, would use his tail, throw him out of bounds. Easy. He can use his tail as like a limb. Some things are better at using a tail, such as Vegeta, but this is mainly what Goku learned how to do recently. Krillin vs. Jackie Chun pretty much goes with Jackie Chun slamming Krillin in base, but Krillin does show to be pretty skilled. In terms of skill for tournament school, he goes Roshi, he follows closely behind by Goku, then Krillin, then Yamcha. Yamcha is learning 3 martial arts. He's struggling. Krillin's only learning 1. Goku versus Nam. Yeah, Goku does view Nam as a still serious fighter, so he actually goes all out against Nam, even flaring his ki to show off he's going all out, and he just basically slammed Nam horribly. By the time Nam is knocked out of bounds, he just thank Goku for not going easy on him. He just say he gets how strong he is, and he does wish he would have hit him softer, but also is glad he didn't, as it shows that Goku respects martial artists. And Goku smiles, saying that's all he was trying to do, is show respect to Nam. Alright, final fight is Goku versus Jackie Chun. And Goku is eventually able to, like, he matches Roshi the entire fight, where his power level grows to about 280 to match buff up Roshi. But eventually, he does end up being defeated. The fact that Roshi would use skill, grab Goku's tail, fling him out of bounds. Almost to Roshi, he actually did make Goku's body adapt to his tail as a non-weak point. So, yeah, all he does is enhance Goku as he beat him. He didn't even think the tail would weaken Goku because Goku's a force of nature. He didn't think he really had a big weakness. But the next arc is the Red Army Saga. Goku's going around trying to look for the Dragon Balls, or the 4-star ball, but then eventually goes to find all the Dragon Balls. So eventually, Goku would... A lot of this pretty much goes similarly, except for when Chi-Chi asking him about marriage, which he just openly says no to, because he knows what marriage is. He has pretty average intelligence. Like, I knew what marriage was and what it came with by, like, 10, because I watched movies. Roshi definitely has a lot of movies. No, just not the ones you're thinking of. Unless you're thinking of the ones I'm thinking of. So, Goku does decline Chi-Chi, but he does say that he's willing to be her friend. Pause real quick. Okay, sorry. But we now go into Colonel Silver. So, the first fight pretty much goes the same way, the same reason that him and Goku fought in canon. And honestly, for that first fight, it literally just resulted in Goku one-punching him, or just swinging the power pole against him and his army, which ends the fight immediately. Silver says getting his get back to bring some more soldiers, but Goku had literally just smacked the ground with the power pole at full force, creating an earthquake, and then it sent all the men into the air. And at the height that they fell from, they would get knocked out from the fall alone. And they did. Goku hardly even raised his fist. He literally swung the power pole at the ground moderately hard with just base strength. Not even full swing, just twirled it and then sent it down hard. That was it. Which, yeah, he can do that at base strength. Jingle Village Muscle Tower. He does still have the same relation with Jingle Village, Senno, all that. But as he does climb Muscle Tower, he does encounter Major Metallotron. Now, in this one, when Metallotron's supposed to give Goku a hard fight, Goku's utterly obliterating him, but he does actually let his guard slip and gets grabbed by him. But when he does grab him, Goku's body begins adapting. Goku doesn't know it, but he feels like, oh, I'm just getting a bit stronger. There's more to it than that, but he's able to flare his ki, blow apart Major Metallotron's arm, and with one Kamehameha, basically erases him. But Goku didn't realize, as he felt stronger, he realized his muscles were growing. Like his muscles looked bigger. Then he realized his shoes didn't fit, his shirt didn't fit, his pants hardly fit. He got taller. His body got taller and expanded some muscle mass to ensure it was harder to be grabbed. Not impossible, just harder. As his adaptation kind of was weird with Metallotron. Metallotron was a robot. Robots can be made of varying sizes, so his body adapted so that no human in that size could grab him, not robots. His body kind of adapts weirdly to phenomena that it's not used to, such as androids. So yeah, Goku will jump from about 4'1" to 4'10". Still short, but definitely bigger than canon at this point. You see, they kind of entirely erased the Saiyan height gene. It just did that, it erased it. Alright. Then eventually we came to Ninja Murasaki. Ninja Murasaki wanted, the one he mentioned an inkling about combat, literally Goku just flipped the ki at him and sent him flying miles away. That was just it. Like a flick of the ki sent him flying. Goku eventually just finds Android 8, effectively naming him Aider, and the two still get sent down the trapdoor by General White, and they meet Bouillon. Goku quite literally just Bouillon is not strong compared to Goku at all. Goku's power level jumped from about 290 or 280, from 280, because he met Roshi when he was buff, using buff form. He adapted to Major Metallotron, which brought him up to about 310. But now Bouillon, when he does realizing, oh yeah, this thing doesn't really get affected by blunt force. His body adapted, creating a whole new technique to hit blunt force, to hit things that are blunt force resistant. And he started using this technique. It kind of just eventually came to mind. We started using it. Bouillon was wailing in pain to the point where it basically just died because of how much pain was in. And Goku doesn't know how he did that, but he knows he adapts. You shouldn't think his adaptation worked like that. Then he started realizing the martial art he made on the fly to fight Gohan. He's realizing how much his adaptation affects his skills, which he actually does like. So by the end, Bouillon is knocked out, though. Or dies because of how much pain he's in. Then Goku basically sets his power pole up, Aider climbs it, or first Goku climbs it and Aider comes up after him. General White, it's comically one-sided. Goku beats the absolute dog shit out of him with minimal effort. So yeah. Goku went from about 310 to about 320-ish. So not a big increase, but a little bit increase nonetheless. So he had beaten General White and Bouillon. The General Blue Saga. This one story, Goku's power shall mess to the point where the Red Army would basically pose no challenge whatsoever. This is adaptability basically allowing Goku to grow stronger than anyone in the Red Army at this point. And using his speed, but also the Nimbus, that way he also dropped Aider off at Jingle Village. Using all of just his skills plus his modes of transportation, he lives around the world finding the Dragon Balls. He can follow the radar pretty easily. So, he has 6 Dragon Balls already. Point where the army's chasing him to get the Dragon Balls from him. But the Pilaf gang still has that one Dragon Ball in the Dragon Radar proof ball, so or Dragon Radar proof casing. So the Baba saga still happens later on. But for now, it's just Goku assaulting the Red Army. So for General Blue, General Blue does find Goku and tries to, make a stand. The thing is, General Blue, at maximum, if you want to be generous, maxes out with a power level of 100. If you want to be generous, majorly generous. So assuming you want to be that to him, he gets whopped with one hand. Like Goku can just come back and slap him, and that ends the fight. And he does that because he knows he can. Well, the General Blue tries to start the fight, like psychokinesis, all that. Or I forgot what his ability was, but I think it was something to do with the mind. Yeah, when he was ready to do that against Goku literally just walked through it and smacked him across the face and ended the fight. Like, he already developed a mental block to that the moment it hit him, because it was just so weak. So yeah, so he just smacked him in that end of the fight. Pause. Goku basically developed a counter to telekinesis, telekinesis, hypnosis, and shit like that. And pretty easily at that. So, already has a block to that now. Now the Panda Red Saga. This point, Goku has become unstoppable to the Red Army, point where only the brave few can stay with Commander Red. And it's like he has less numbers than Kanan because Goku is just so threatening to them. So Goku has to basically storm every base he can find and just wipe them out. Basically, like blasting little bits of ki, and that can erase entire bases in one go. Eventually, this does include him beating up Commander Red. But at this point, Tao likely is not hired because the army's been defeated already, or if he is, it's a simple fight for Goku because he is more skilled than most characters on Earth aside from Roshi. And Kami. That's about it. That's just about the ones who... Roshi, Kami, Mr. Popo. Those are the 3 people who surpass him in skill. That's because Roshi knows like every martial art on Earth, and so do those 2. So Tao Pai likely is not hired, but it's covered if he is. When he arrives, Goku would start like fighting him in combat. I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm pretty skilled." Then just blasts him. That's it. He's not really someone for a long fight. Like he's smart. He fights smart. He acts like he is smart because he is. Or at least fights like it. But he beats Tao immediately. He just doesn't kill him. He just doesn't need to. He's not that threatening to him. But yeah, he still beat him. Also, he saved Boran and Oompa a while ago, or just not a while. He met them a while ago. But Tao's fight ended the moment that Goku knew where he was. He was just hanging out with Korin because he can. He does. He's looking for the Dragon Ball. He doesn't know where to go. Korin's the smart person he knows, except for Roshi. So, yeah. So Boran and Oompa are both alive. So there's really no need for the Dragon Balls to be used on them. He just has them for safekeeping. And when he gets to turn with Korin, the Divine Water is literally just there as like, hey, get it. Goku got it in like 2 days. Maybe like one day for one, in fact, he was kind of being arrogant over just getting water. Second day was just him taking it at face value and getting it, accomplishing it. But we eventually move on to. Oh wait, pause. Alright, sorry. So he trained Korin briefly for maybe like a day. 2 maximum. And then for Baba's thing, Roshi's like, oh, you still haven't found the Dragon Ball? Oh, go lose my sister, you gotta get to her. So with this, Baba does tell Goku, hey, fight my fighter. Goku's like, alright, I'll do it alone. I'm strong enough to do so. Or Roshi actually calls him the strongest human. Not human, strongest fighter. It's Goku's aware he's an alien, he makes that known. He's the strongest fighter on Earth, is what Roshi calls him. So Baba does refuse this, and even refuses him being the strongest fighter on Earth. But Goku just says, fine, Krillin, Yamcha, he gets them, they arrive. Goku's power level is 325, Yamcha is 180, Krillin's 150. Roshi is about 300 even, so. Yeah. Or 250 even, and then when he buffs up, he matches Goku. So, yeah. So first fight is Yamcha versus Bandages the Mummy. This fight is very much in Yamcha's favor, and he does win, but he was tricked a little bit to some of the fight. He won, but still a little bit naive and wet behind the ears. Alright, Krillin versus Spike the Devilman's the next fight. And even if Spike were to hit Krillin with the Devil Might Beam, it likely will not win. Krillin's a weird guy. Sure, he's not evil. He's just, he's weird. That's about it. He's weird and nice. So, he likely can avoid the Devil Might Beam, but even then, it will not work on him. So yeah, he beat Spike pretty handedly, with or without being hit by the Devil Might Beam. He still beat Spike without much effort. And then for Goku versus the Man in the Fox Mask, he pretty easily beats him. Like he knows Short Shot inside and out. He's mastering it completely. And then he's also including his new martial art, being able to, hit more elastic or rubbery skin. It allows him to beat the man pretty easily because his force is also to the point where he can basically hit anything with a maximum output and hit it and break it. Like, this man has no chance against Goku. His strength, his skill is all through off the charts. Even if he tries to grab Goku's tail. Goku would wrap around the man's neck, and then begin squeezing, and the man would end up quitting. And the man's going to be Gohan. Gohan's happy to realize that Goku's basically strong has surpassed Roshi. And Baba even agrees that Goku has surpassed Roshi, calling him the strongest being on Earth. Kami is a bit above him, power level wise, but if it was a share fight, he could beat Kami. Kami just literally has advanced ki, and that's probably his only saving grace against Goku. This is only saving grace. Alright, now we move on to the 3 years of training where Goku literally wanders the Earth for 3 years until the next tournament. Yamcha goes with him. And Yamcha carries Dragon Balls with him at all times. They're kind of just for safekeeping, other than like if they use them once, they go find them. Like Bulma gives him a Dragon Radar. He lets them have the Dragon Radar. Also, this time, Goku became fully aware of his Great Ape form, and Yamcha became aware of it too, having survived 4 or 5 I'd say 3 or 4 Great Ape attacks. So yeah. Physically, Yamcha is also much more powerful because he had to learn to punch the Great Ape and stagger it. And that Great Ape is probably between the ranges of 3,000 to 4,000 during that time. So, physically, he's probably basically the head of the verse, even including Goku, or head of what we know of the verse. Being on Earth, he's basically the strongest physical person on Earth at this point. Alright. Now we go on to the 22nd tournament, I believe. Yeah, the 22nd tournament. First one, Goku's now about 16, or 15, almost 16. I'd probably go he's 16 at this point. Goku's power level at this point is 460. Yamcha is 140 at full power. Krillin is 270. Tien is not high. Chaozu, also not high. Roshi is about 350 when he's buffed up. And then everyone else, rather canon, which sadly includes Cena and Chaozu. First fight is Goku versus King Chappa. This one, Goku's basically learned every technique Earth has to offer, martial arts wise. So is Yamcha. Goku's mastered it, Yamcha just knows of them. So, Goku's obviously more skilled one, but Yamcha is still not far behind Goku. At least skill-wise. Roshi is probably ahead of them both, or ahead of Yamcha at least, but... Alright, so, yeah, he pretty easily beats King Chappa. Tien versus Yamcha. Tien is losing horribly, and Yamcha slamming him, but eventually Tien would actually come and conjure the 4 other arms, and one of them would jab Yamcha right in the eyes. Yamcha falls back, and when he tries to open his eyes, he's hit by a little flare and shoved out of bounds. Goku immediately calls Tien a dirty bastard for that, saying it was a cheap trick. Although at this point, Goku's height is around 5'8", so he actually looks his age. So, he actually looks his age, and actually has matching skill to go with it. And Tien actually does admit that Goku's probably going to be a bigger threat, but he just calls Goku a coward for thinking this will be a fair fight, calling Yamcha a weakling. But Yamcha just says he can blast Tien to pieces if he needs to, he just won't. He doesn't kill cowards. That gives him no gratification. And that just makes Tien pissed. Wolfman versus Jackie Chun. Roshi grabbed him by the snout and threw him out of bounds. That was just it. Like the fight started. Roshi grabbed him and threw him out of bounds. It that easy. Krillin vs. Chaozu. Krillin quite literally just blasted Chaozu, and that was the end of the fight. Like as soon as the match started, Chaozu looked weird, and Krillin was like, weird, blast, immediately ended the fight right then and there. So he beat Chaozu immediately. Roshi kind of laughs, and then some Goku says, Krillin, you should have actually fought this martial arts tournament. You even throw a punch. Well, says, you scared me. I don't blame him. Chaozu's a really weird-looking person. And immediately Shen and Tien have their heads in their hands that Chaozu's easy loss. Also, Tao is here watching. He's watching the tournament. And even when Shen asks him about Goku, he just says, strong. Not only to admit he lost in one shot to Goku prior. Jackie Chan vs. Tien. But I miss Goku vs. Pamput. That's honestly not an important fight. He literally beats him in one shot. Plus he knows kickboxing because he knows every martial art. So he pretty easily knows how to beat Pamput. Tien Shinhan versus Jackie Chun. Goes the same way as Canon. Roshi can beat him. He literally just chooses not to, so the fight can have so like his students can have fun. Or so Goku can have fun. Semifinals. Goku vs. Krillin. This is a friendly fight, but Krillin doesn't admit that Goku's definitely a stronger opponent. As, well, one, he's taller, so he actually has better range, but also his tail is much stronger. Even when Krillin tried to grab it, there's no way it affects Goku. In fact, Krillin is thrown and lifted out of bounds by the tail itself. And Goku just laughs at Krillin. Well, I wonder how Goku dresses. He dresses rather similar to what he does as in usual and like after tournament Kami, but his gi does not say tournament school. It says Son Goku. It says Goku. So yeah. Final fight is Goku vs. Tien. So Goku immediately unlocked an adaptation to Solar Flare, and when we came to multiform, he just hits fast enough to knock all the clones out. So, yeah, Tien's biggest thing is Tri-Beam, and even then, Goku with one finger can match Tri-Beam, and then even then he can beat it. So, Tien lost horribly to Goku, in a matter of ki and skill. So, Goku wins this tournament, becoming the champion. After the tournament, Krillin was still attacked by Tambourine, but Chain cheers that he had survived. He doesn't want to know how. He learned Roshi's technique to become muscular. Or to buff up. He learned that, and that he was able to fight Tambourine, and he would have won if he was not caught off guard. If he was ambushed, he would have won. But he was ambushed and ended up losing. But he still survived nonetheless. Pause. Okay. So, in this one, the Demon King won. Kim does not kill Krillin, so Goku's fine. He's just a little bit irritated. Krillin is healed pretty quickly, though. Also, Goku literally flew to Korin, got Senju Bean, brought it back. Easy. But also, while he was out, he started realizing that people, there's a lot of demons. They're searching for things. And Yamcha likely says, probably the Dragon Balls. Krillin said the demon that attacked him wanted something while you were gone. It's like, alright, so you wanted Dragon Balls. And Yamcha says he still has the bag, as Bulma held it in the audience, and then knowing that he was out of bounds, he took it back. Currently, the Dragon Balls are stone, though. You guys want to know why? Even when Yamcha and Goku had them, well, first, when they used them, Goku quickly flew in the air and caught 3 of them immediately. Because he learned to fly. It's just a natural key ability. Yamcha and him then travel the world finding the other remaining stones. But the reason they used the wish is to basically, well, Born Village had hit a rough patch, and then Goku used Dragon Balls to fix that. But even the demons did get the Dragon Balls, they wouldn't be able to be used. But eventually they do set out to go defeat the Demon King and his children. The first fight is Krillin vs. Tambourine, and pretty easily Krillin kills him. Although he buffed up, he was at maximum power of around 300, but also he was also very much pissed off and ready for a fight. So he pretty easily killed Tambourine. Like, he beat him to death. But Krillin is still short when he buffs up, so it's kind of a more of a funny looking size. Goku versus King Piccolo, first fight. Goku pretty easily learns to fight King Piccolo. Like, especially in canon, maybe. I forgot if Piccolo invented that or if it was his father. But basically, every technique he could possibly do, Goku can do it or adapt to it. So he pretty easily beats him without really much effort. Then the fight ends, he really gets a hole punch to his chest and spits out an egg. But Yamcha arrived and caught the egg. So, yeah. Now, Symbol, one of the children of King Piccolo, Yajirobe still killed and ate him. Just by himself, though. And he never finds Korn's tower. He literally just goes to, like, born the village after the tower, like, oh, if you climb it, you get stronger. Yajirobe is still a lazy person. He would not care about the tower if not for Goku. So he literally sits at the bottom of Korn's tower and just eats. And just eats, like, basic food. Drum's Rage. Drum is still remaining, like, Demon King child. But when he tries to attack Goku, Roshi just walked over, punched him in the face, and sent into the fight. Like Drum got one tap by Roshi. So, yeah. Kami does recruit Goku train with him, but also Yamcha. That's one person who's second to Goku's skill is now Yamcha. Then everyone else would go to train with Roshi. So, So with this, Goku does have a wish from the Dragon Balls, as Kami does end up, like, unlocking them for him to give him a wish to say thank you for, defeating the Demon King. Also the egg. Kami did want to steal it, but it ended up being told no by Goku, as he does still have morals. So the egg is actually raised by Roshi instead. But back to the Kami training. And the wish, actually. So the wish for Goku is basically he wants to know more about his family. Like, basically his family and heritage. He's told about Bardock, Raditz, and Guiné, like, all three of them and what they're about, but then also told about Saiyans and what they're known for and what they do. Which would just make Goku feel horrible. Like, very bad. So, by the time he does come down to the end of the training, Goku started learning magic and learn about Ki, as his skill didn't really need improvement. His skill is basically top of the line on Earth. So he focused on Ki and skill alone. Also, the time chamber when he did go into it, he adapted to be able to not age when time is accelerated. He basically, like, the time chamber's time flow does not affect his age, it just affects his power, and that's it. So his body adapted to that somehow, and Kami doesn't know how his adaptation works, but there's probably kind of thought of maybe he just adapts to everything. And Kami's like, yeah, maybe. Maybe he just adapts to fight. And if he gets older, it's harder to fight, so his body makes him age slower for things like this. And he's right. That's kind of exactly what it is. So, yeah. Alright. So for things that Goku learned via magic, he had basically learned telekinesis, just magic materialization, and a bit of healing, which he mainly does on himself, as he got a few Senkai boosts. Not a few, like one, but yeah. Alright, back on Earth. Goku at full power without weighted clothing is about 1,000, while Yamcha with weighted clothing and without weighted clothing is around 700. Also, in terms of height, Goku's now matching Raditz. So he's basically the tallest Z fighter aside from Piccolo. And actually, I think Tien and him are about the same size, too. Krillin, though. Krillin in base is 500, and then when he buffs up, is about 600. And then with Tien, his base is 530, and then Chiaotzu is around 350. And then you guys wondering what Demon King Piccolo or Piccolo Jr. Piccolo Jr. is around same level as Tien. First fight is Goku versus King Chappa. Again. And that ended in literally just one punch. And like the fight started like with a quick jab, that ended the fight right then and there. So, yeah. Goku won easily. Human Tao versus Tien. Tien won easily. It was not a hard fight at all. He beat him in like 2 punches. Like Tao went in for a punch, Tien got away with his arm, dodged, and then uppercut him in the chest, and then kicked him out of bounds. That was the end of the fight, right then and there. Goku versus Chi-Chi. One, he knows who Chi-Chi is, he remembers her. But also, they're allies. So, well, they're friends. So, they ended up fighting and becoming friends. Not becoming, they are friends. So this fight was more of a friendly match, which Goku still wins very easily, but their friendship is intact. Piccolo vs. Krillin. Piccolo struggled very badly, like he horribly struggled. He almost lost, but his strength edged out Krillin's and he beat him. But it was a hard fight. Now, Hero is not here, Hero/Kami, because Kami knows how Piccolo is. He keeps an eye on him from the Watchtower when he's in Hiroshi. Piccolo's a pretty standard character, like he's very much similar in terms of personality when he was in like, I would say like he's very similar to how he is on not Namek, in the Cell Saga, but also he actually like Roshi is an interesting adult content, not for actual reasons, but mainly because he's curious about it. So out of curiosity, he watches it, not gratification. So, with this, instead of Hero, we would have Yajirobe. And Yajirobe has to fight Yamcha. And Yamcha, like, when the fight started, he literally just was behind Yajirobe and chopped him in the neck and ended the fight. That was it. Just blitz and chop. Then he won. Easy. Next fight. Goku vs. Tien. So when Goku has to fight Tien, he doesn't even take off his weight, he literally just proceeds to body Tien with just brute strength and skill alone. So he pretty easily will beat him with minimal effort. You guys are wondering, why didn't they take off weight clothing? Goku would want to show Tien how strong he is, but instead of standing like this, he needs to end the fight as quickly as possible so he wins the tournament. His eyes tournament, not his opponent. So he pretty quickly beats Tien. Then Yamcha vs. Piccolo. Piccolo was losing horribly, and Yamcha was winning. Until Piccolo used Solar Flare at point blank range. Yamcha was about to hit him out of bounds until Piccolo would deal Solar Flare. Yamcha holds his eyes saying, "God damn you, what's with you and the Baldy with those techniques?" Which then Piccolo ends up wrapping his arms around him and throwing suplexing him out of bounds. And Yamcha ends up yelling about how unfair that the Solar Flare is. A final fight. Goku versus Piccolo. Piccolo is very much weakened. A lot weakened. Goku even healed him, but even then, Piccolo does have a decent amount of damage still. And this does result in the loss of Piccolo. Like, Piccolo does lose the fight. And still pretty easily. But, yeah. So it was a kind of more of a funny thing, but, pause real quick. Alright. For Gohan. Well, Chi-Chi, basically. For that thing, both Goku could have had Bulma or Chi-Chi, because Bulma thinks she's attractive and he has a long-standing relationship with her, but also he has a long-standing friendship with Chi-Chi, but they also bond over martial arts, something that Goku views very importantly. So he ends up marrying Chi-Chi. So when he marries her, they have Gohan, but Goku tells Chi-Chi point blank about the same race, what they do, what they stand for, all of that. This does surprise Chi-Chi a decent amount, and he basically gives her the option of like, you can still dip, but because of our son, I need him to train so that his power is in check. It's even with the Great Ape, which Goku cannot control that. He's pretty good control over it. He simply tells Chi-Chi he needs to learn to control his power. It requires some of a balance in training and learning. Chi-Chi's annoyed that her son can be a scholar, but he also does she realizes what Goku's talking about and the importance of it. As he's talking common sense. He's a smart character, as I said before, he's pretty smart. At least in this time around. So with this, Chi-Chi would agree to let Gohan balance training and fighting. But before we go further, I'm going to end this part here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe for more. Comment if you want a different thumbnail or not. I like it, but also I think it can be better. Comment if you want a different thumbnail. If you want to make a different thumbnail, and I'll include it if you want to. Comment you want to make one, and I'll add you to I'll tell you my Discord. You send it to me. But other than that, if you guys enjoyed, like subscribe for more. Adios.